G'day humans, Chris Stead here. I'm on the road. Today, I'm at the InterContinental Tahiti Resort and Spa, just out of Papeete, the capital of French Polynesia. And I'm going to give you a full tour and a review of the premium ocean room, with a Moorea view, which I'll show you in a sec. Anyway, let's dive in. Righto, so here we are, my room 296. So on there's 3 floors of accommodation. There's nothing behind it, just kind of backs into the hill. There's a bit of a road up there that's occasionally accessed, but not by public traffic, just by staff. And so, yeah, so you got no one kind of behind you. You just got, they're all front facing, they're all ocean view rooms. Let's dive in. Now, a couple of things you probably know straight away. First off, it's big, there's a lot of space, and also it's kind of a little bit dated with the colouring and everything like that. And so I'll go into a little bit more about why that becomes a little bit of an issue. It's mostly down to the lighting. So in the entry hall here, you've got a cupboard to your left as you walk in, and he's going to find your safe. Bit of storage space, a couple of drawers down there, a little bit of space for a bag, but not really good enough for my size bag. And if we close over here, we've got some hanging space, ironing board, and a couple of robes and some slippers as well. Now to the left, to the right as you go in, I get myself around the wrong way before. You've got this bathroom. Now it's pretty nice, it's pretty opulent. It's got this huge bathtub. It's not a spa tub, there's no jets in there, but it's a massive, massive bath, even big enough for the likes of me. And kind of this, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like old school luxury finish with the shape and the little kind of cutouts in the stone and the layout of the taps and the silver and everything like that, the oval window, a mirror, 3 mirrors. So, but you know, a dual sink operation in here, and it's quite nice. It's quite nice. But as you can probably get a sense straight away, it's a little bit, well, it's not modern, is it? And it's got the window that goes right through to the outside, which you can obviously close off if you want to. Now through here, we've got a bathroom, toilet. Plenty of space, quite nice as well. It's separated by a door from the main shower and area if you wanted to or needed to get in there while someone else was having a shower or bath. Now in here's the shower itself. I love it because I can fit in it. So it's got a little rainmaker at the top here. I can stand under there easily. It's got the alternative handle option as well. Pretty easy to operate. Kind of bulk packs. But it is a little bit gnarly down the bottom, and there's a bit of TLC all around here that could be done. At first I thought that was grime, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I think it's actually just where the grout has basically worn away. It just needs a bit of love. But it's not very nice, I've got to say, to see that anywhere. But I don't think it's dirty. I think it's just, the grout's just worn away. Because the room itself is really quite clean. All right, coming into the main space here. Obviously you've got this huge bed. It's a very kind of interesting and unique position that they've put on it. Kind of in the corner. I don't know if I've ever seen that before actually. So you've got this huge room, like so much space. Like you could easily fit multiple more people in here if you wanted to and they allowed it. And this kind of big I just haven't really seen a bed like this before in a hotel. So, you know, it wins out for having a different feel and being a bit unique. That's kind of the only place I could really find to put my bag was on that little seated wooden display at the front there. Some interestingly shaped corner bedside tables. And the bed itself I found to be comfortable, really nice pillows, really comfortable bed. Had a really good night's sleep. Slept for ages actually. Aircon's up in the roof there. It's really cool and silent. I haven't had to touch it. It's been perfect the whole entire time. It hasn't made any noise, so big wind there as well. Over here things get weird. So I don't know what's going on here. It's like this single chair that's not very comfortable at all, next to a table that's way too small for the height of the chair. and there's only one chair. So I don't know what your partner's supposed to do. I don't know, it's just weird. Like, surely there's supposed to be a lounge there. Like some sort of really comfy lounge would be so much better, especially getting the TVs there as well. Speaking of the TV, it's fine, it's an LG, but there's not much in the way, there's a bit of information about the hotel and everything you can find, but there's not much in the way of English speaking channels. I really struggled to find anything to watch on there. I ended up watching a movie in French. So just know that you're probably not going to get much good TV time if that's something that you like to do. Make sure you bring your own stuff on a laptop. Yeah, we've got one chair, a bit of an office desk space. So you can make coffee. There is some basics in here. You got some coffee, cups and an urn from this side of things. And on this side, you've got a standard hotel size mini fridge, which unfortunately has been quite loud. So it's actually quiet right now. When it kicks in, it's got a really high pitched like tinging sound that's really quite frustrating. I almost unplugged it but I actually passed out fine in the end anyway. So it was no big deal. The internet, by the way, has been fine. It's quite slow. And I was a bit kind of curious or disappointed when I saw there was an upsell to a premium internet plan. When I logged in for the first time, I was like, oh, here we go. And with only downloading about 4 or 5 megabits a second, but ended up, I haven't been able to do a video call back home, but I was able to watch YouTube and stream some TV from Australia. So in the end, I guess it worked fine. Then out here, we have a really nice sized deck. Nowhere to hang stuff, unfortunately. I don't know why they just wouldn't screw some sort of hanging rack in there for your towels, your costumes, things like that. Be much, much better. But either way, it's really nice sitting out here, and that faces directly towards the sunset. It was spectacular last night. And out over the pool, the beautiful pool down there, which is really also very, very good. So lovely, lovely deck. The only issue is that there's no fly screen. So I would have really liked to have just left this open last night, at least for some part of the night, and just put a fly screen up and just let the wind rush in. But yeah, you can't really do that because at night with the lights on, obviously it gets pretty buggy. But you've got these grates that you can kind of put across just to let the filtered light in. Now, I did want to talk about the lighting. So in this room, there's only 4 lights. One, the 2 behind the bed, and this one down here. There's nothing on the roof. It's completely free of lights. It's all warm lighting. It's not very bright. That one doesn't work, and that one doesn't work. So I've only got 2 lights in here that actually work. And I don't know what's wrong with them, if they're broken or if it's just a light bulb, but either way, it's poor form. And so I was sleeping last night. This is my side of the bed. That's my wife's side of the bed. And they've got these switches down here to turn the lights, but they don't do anything. So when I wanted to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, for example, I had to get up and find my phone and use my phone torch to get to the room down the hallway to find a light switch. So not ideal, obviously. Not a huge thing, but not ideal. There's also not much in the way of power points. You've got these ones down here, this one down here. I guess you could use both of them since that light doesn't work. But it's obviously way out of the way in a really awkward and weird spot. And you've pretty much just got one here, because those 2 are in use by this light, which does work, so you want that plugged in, and I think the fridge. And then you've got 2 USB-As here, so that's something, obviously. But yeah, not much in the way of power points. So this just talks to my point about it just not being particularly modern. You can tell the lack of power points. You can kind of tell from the darkish, creamish walls, dark wood colouring, dark wood floors, which creak in places and so forth. So that's either going to add island charm for you, or it's going to be not as spectacular as you would wish. So that's just something to note, I think, is it just needs a bit of a freshen up and a bit of TLC to really start matching the quality of the experience that you're getting outside, which is like absolutely spectacular and 5-star feeling. And the rooms are just huge, comfortable, clean, but ultimately a bit dated. One thing I did forget to add is that it is a little thin between the walls and the floors. Not too bad, I haven't been disturbed enough to be concerned, but if you're really finicky about that kind of thing, about being able to hear footsteps upstairs, I feel like I might have just slightly been able to hear the TV next door, that type of thing, you may want to make sure you're on the top floor. There is a guest laundry, so if you are here for an extended time, you can wash your clothes. Anyway, those are my thoughts about the premium ocean room at the InterContinental Tahiti Resort and Spa. I hope that was of help. I'm going to be doing lots more content around all the Tahiti Islands, as well as the cruise that I did around here, which was Windstar, and of course a full review of the entire hotel as well. I'm Chris Stead. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, get back on the road.